There are places that exist in postcards. And then there are places that look like postcards until you realize no image could ever do them justice. A land where rocks rise like towers, where humans carve entire civilizations into stone, and where each morning hundreds of hot air balloons rise with the sun in a silent symphony of color and wonder. This is Cappadocia, Turkey, a region that looks like it belongs on another planet, but holds within it the stories of empires, underground cities, religious revolutions, and timeless beauty. Today, we dive deep, very deep, into the magic, the mystery, and the truth behind one of Earth's most surreal destinations. So get comfortable, stay curious, and let the journey begin. Cappadocia isn't a city. It's a region, a vast area in central Turkey, mostly within the provinces of Nevşehir, Kayseri, Aksaray, and Nigda. Its name comes from the Persian Cappadocia, which means land of beautiful horses. But it's not the horses that have made this place famous. It's the rocks. More specifically, the strange, otherworldly formations called fairy chimneys. Towering spires that rise from the earth like giant stone mushrooms, shaped by nature, used by man, and whispered about in legend. How were they formed? Why are they here? And what did ancient people do with them? We'll get there. But to understand Cappadocia, we must go back. Way back. Millions of years ago, three massive volcanoes, Ursiais, Hassan, and Melendez, erupted violently, covering the land in thick layers of lava and ash. Over time, this ash hardened into a soft rock called tuff. But tuff is soft. Wind, water, and ice began to erode it, slowly carving valleys, canyons, and fantastical shapes over thousands of years. In some places, harder rocks sat on top of the tuff, acting like little stone umbrellas. These protected the softer rock beneath from erosion, creating the long, thin chimneys topped with strange caps, the fairy chimneys. It's geology dressed in fantasy, but nature only sculpted the canvas. Human beings painted the masterpiece. Imagine a civilization that didn't build homes. They carved them. For thousands of years, people in Cappadocia have used hand tools to dig into the soft tuff, creating homes, churches, monasteries, kitchens, wine cellars, even stables inside the rock. Why? Because it's genius. The rock keeps interiors cool in summer, warm in winter. It's fireproof, earthquake-resistant, and naturally insulating. But this wasn't just about comfort. It was about survival. From the Hittites to the Byzantines, this land saw invasions, wars, and religious persecution. When danger came, the people of Cappadocia went underground. Let's talk about Derinkuyu. This is not just a cave. It's an 18-story underground city, carved by hand, able to house 20,000 people, complete with schools, churches, kitchens, wells, livestock pens, ventilation shaft, and massive rolling stone doors that seal from the inside. Derinkuyu isn't alone. There are over 200 underground cities in Cappadocia, and many are connected by tunnels stretching for kilometers. The scale is staggering, and the mystery is even greater. Who built the first levels? Why such depth? Some say the early Christians dug them in the 1st century to escape Roman persecution. Others trace their origins to the Hittites, 2,000 years before that, and a few whisper theories involving ancient aliens. Let's stick to history, but keep your mind open. Cappadocia played a crucial role in early Christianity. As Roman persecution intensified, Christians fled to the region, hiding in the valleys and carving out entire monastic communities in the rocks. By the 4th century, figures like Saint Basil of Caesarea began organizing monastic life here. Dozens of rock-hewn churches began appearing, decorated with Byzantine frescoes that still survive today in places like the Göreme Open-Air Museum. Step into one of these churches, and you're standing in a sacred space over 1,000 years old, where every stroke of paint was a prayer. If Cappadocia had a capital of wonder, it would be Göreme. Nestled among the fairy chimneys, This village is now a protected UNESCO World Heritage Site. Here, you can walk through entire valleys filled with rock-cut homes, churches, and even luxury cave hotels. The Göreme Open Air Museum contains some of the finest examples of rock-cut Byzantine art in the world. And then just outside the village, you'll find the valleys: Love Valley, Pigeon Valley, Rose Valley. Each one with its own texture, colors, legends, and views that change with the light. And of course, the balloons. Every morning, before the sun rises, hundreds of travelers gather in the chill of dawn. Crews unroll massive fabric envelopes. Burners roar to life. Flames illuminate the twilight. And then, silence. The balloons begin to lift, slowly, gently, rising into the pink and gold sky. From above, Cappadocia becomes a living painting. Valleys unfold like ribbons. Fairy chimneys become tiny sculptures. And every direction is a postcard. This is not just an adventure. It's a spiritual experience. A flight over Cappadocia is now one of the most iconic bucket list items in the world. But few know that the ballooning industry here began only in the 1990s. Today, it draws millions of visitors each year. But Cappadocia is more than Göreme and balloons. Uçhisar Castle, a giant natural rock formation that was used as a fortress and lookout. Climb it for one of the best views in the region. Uçhisar, another towering rock citadel, but less crowded and just as majestic. Avanos, famous for its pottery traditions dating back to the Hittites. Here, red clay from the Kızılırmak River is turned into timeless art. Ihlara Valley, a lush canyon with a river running through it, lined with over 100 rock-cut churches hidden in the cliffs. Zell Valley, an abandoned village where people lived until the 1950s. It now stands as a ghost town of carved stone. These are places most tourists miss, but you won't. Why are they called fairy chimneys? Some say fairies once lived in them, using their magic to protect the land. Others believe they were created by giants or jinn. Some locals say they're fossilized ancient spirits. Of course, science explains the shapes, but stories breathe life into stone. And Cappadocia is alive. Every rock has a name, every cave a story, every shadow a whisper from the past. Cappadocia is not just a place you visit, it's a place you feel. It's the silence of valley at sunrise, the echo of prayers in a cave church, the thrill of floating above the earth, watching history, nature, and imagination merge in a dreamscape of color and stone. So when you think of travel, don't just think of cities and beaches. Think of Cappadocia, a place where earth and sky meet, and where magic is a myth it's real, and it's waiting for you. If you enjoyed this journey into the surreal world of Cappadocia, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss the next adventure. Tell us in the comments, would you take a hot air balloon ride here or explore the underground cities first? Thanks for watching. Stay curious and keep exploring.